are back. Our good friend Krendar is currently quite rumbly to the tumbly, I do believe, but he might be back on later. If not, then whatever. I am Low Energy Videos. This is Commissar Feelgood, and that is Ignar Husky. This is Bearded Ramblings, episode 211. Although that mileage may vary. At this point now, we should be like on 213 or 206. It's kind of like chronologically, it's getting a little bit weird. But we have a show that's surprisingly focused tonight because of a certain Nick Fuck You Fuentes, who said something very interesting, and we got to look at it, and then we got to give all the context afterwards, especially to our good friend Commissar Feelgood, who did not grow up in the mean streets of drunken peasants. Or any of the surrounding internet things. But
Well, I kind of avoided fucking assholes like that, like the plague. So even a reference
oh,
was like, right.
yeah, we did too. I mean, we made fun of him all the time. That's the point. But our jokes and our in jokes won't land. And you know what? It's good to refresh from time to time the old memories, the old ways.
Yep. Go
But
back in the old memory bank.
yeah, but before we get into it, standard shilling. Please like, share, and subscribe. Check out the links down below. If you want to help out financially via PayPal, big help, never required, but always welcome. And we're actually going to start off on something completely different, and that is an update on Pimp Monk, who is, unfortunately, he is still in hospital, but there has been change. Let me just try to find the screen. I had it just there. There we are. Here we are. So John is still in hospital. If you don't know, his lungs went bad, and then he had a heart attack, or his heart just stopped. He got a little better, but he was still out. Well, since last week, I just spoke with his mom. He can't talk, but he's awake and responsive, which is a good sign, but he's still having lung breathing issues. That's progress. That's real progress. So the link's there. I will shill it now and boop, copy link and post it here in the chat. But while I'm doing that, Ignars, tell us how your birthday went. How fun was it?
It was a pretty fun time. I mean, just before I get into it, I just hope that John makes a speedy recovery, man. Because there's always such like good fun stories and memories and stuff like watching his shit and everything. But it was like a really fun time. Didn't get a chance to do our high school reunion thing, just because there was a little bit of car issues, and plus apparently at least I found out it wasn't as like good, so to speak, at least with some of the people we're gonna have an after party with after a football game that we went, which was not American football, but actual proper football. And then it was against the Cincinnati and Portland, and we were just sad. It was a sad kind of game of affairs where it was like 3-2, and either way, it was really fun though with like how the crowd was and how tense everything was. I did get some of it even streamed a little bit, so I don't know
Nice.
how good the quality is though, but I did at least get some of it, and I think at least one of our scores with while on there. But either way, it was a really great time, and then hung out with my buddies after that. Just kind of hanging out his pad. Then came back here, played a bunch of like 2K, and just chilled and made up a bunch of epic feasts, which got some over there to reheat. It's like some andouille sausage and just some spaghetti sauce and stuff like that, and a weird like noodle, like bucatani noodles, which is like spaghetti but hollow, where it's like it's a
Ooh.
lot, so it like absorbs more of the sauce, and it's like
Yeah,
meant
I
to be
know the
like a
type.
sauce absorber. It's a really interesting noodle, but it's actually pretty good.
Um, as for fucking uh, great. Glad that you had fun. I mean, what age did you just turn there?
Uh, 28.
28.
So
Um, Jesus, I can't. Wait, no. I think I went out with an all lesbian group for my 28th birthday. And we went up to Thank God It's Fridays and then Hard Rock Cafe in Dublin. And we all just got smashed. But that could
Hell
have
yeah.
been my 25th. It's hard to remember. um, as for Feel Good, no point me asking how your week's been because I've been here for a good chunk of it, and it was
Yeah.
wild. It wasn't what we planned. That's why you guys didn't get Hoth. But I lost my phone. Somebody very cool drove by and handed it back to me. When even I wasn't 100% sure I'd lost it. But you did lose your wallet, and we had to go all around Carrick looking for the damn thing.
We wasted that time because it was just in the fucking Garda station.
The last place we looked, because let's be real here, whoever thinks, oh, someone will hand in a wallet, you know? Once that wallet's picked up by somebody, we all know we wouldn't nick it. But let's be real here, we all know everyone else probably would. Well, I guess we were wrong here. And, it's not so bad. But it did mean no Hoth, which kind of sucked. But it's not going anywhere.
Still Hoth.
It's still Hoth. But no, we had fun. We watched the Jurassic World movie.
Well, absolutely shited. It was utterly miserably bad.
And you watched it sober, so what did you make of it?
Needed more dinosaurs.
Way more dinosaurs. Too much
It
human.
didn't even have that many dinos.
No, it had
Oh,
like genetically engineered like monsters, one of which looked like a fucking
Rancor.
rancor from Star
Yeah.
Wars.
fucking what? Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
It had
I
like
don't even know
4
what it is that
dinosaurs,
has.
maybe 5 overall.
Yeah, wow. That is just so bad. I was gonna ask like how was it, but now just hearing all that, I'm like, no, don't need to hear anymore. Not even gonna bother.
Yeah.
How they shat on my childhood with that.
Um.
It's just Jurassic World, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Like the
Like the
movies.
big bad guys in Jurassic World are always, hey, here's something that's not a dinosaur but made up of other dinosaurs.
There's like a mutant mega dinosaur that's made up of all dinosaurs, bro.
It's a super evilosaur. We made it for the evil corp. Oh no,
Yeah,
this super evilosaur has broken free and is now only can be defeated by the
Whatever.
good
Tell evil
dinosaur.
do.
yeah. Wasn't even defeated by any dinosaur. It just kind of they fucked off. I think they dropped a helicopter on it or something.
Oh, that's
It
right.
was utterly
Yeah.
forgettable.
It was so generic and mid. It was just not a
Yeah.
good movie. Anyway, I think we
Uh,
preambled enough. Let us reminisce on actually not let's not reminisce per se, because Nick Fuentes is a person who is for much ill and no good well known among the world. One of the strangest things about the Jan 6 hearing was seeing his face up on screen. That was so fucking weird. Seeing this scrawny motherfucker that like TJ used to yell at from Drunken Peasants old days, and he was just there up on the screen of the Capitol building as an example of like how right wingers have been promoting hate leading up to the election. And I just like it was just so crazy that this is what we have. This is what we've come to. But hold on, let's see. Where is the first part? I know it's here. I know it's here. Oh my god. I have it saved, but I have a big list of stuff, and so much of stuff is so Nick Fuentes based that you know what? While we're waiting, I will post something else that is also making fun of right wingers while we are looking for it. Here. MAGA lawmaker who vowed to protect kids from LGBTQ resigns after arrested for child pornography. Wow.
Oh,
It's wow.
surprise, surprise.
Who'd have thunk it?
Metacon theory at it again.
Everyone would have thunk it. Here it is. Quickly read about this though. Robert John Orj May the third. There's a name. A Republican from South Carolina. A representative who was once vowed to protect children from LGBTQ plus people has officially resigned following his arrest for distributing sex abuse material involving children. He's resignating. I don't even know what this video is. I don't want to click on it. Arrest Mural Smith accepted it immediate effect, said that it was the best interest of the family of my family and constitutes to resign immediately, with no mentions of his of charges he faces or the decades plus prison prosecutors say he could get convicted. Will he get convicted? Decades? I'd like to think so, but the last few big court cases have been kind of showing that no. Mostly due to that motherfucker down there in the corner. Not this motherfucker, the other motherfucker.
Cheetah.
Yeah.
Who's now going red. Have you seen that when he was talking to Putin? He's no longer orange. He's like upgraded to red. It's like a warning sign.
He's starting to really not. He's sundown and bad. And also, I don't know if y'all like listened to that weird duo press conference when they spoke after their meeting, but it was really weird on like both angles. Like Putin was just like, I would have now talking about history and about America, the Russians, you know, blah blah blah, whatever the fuck. And then like Trump was just, I don't even know. I don't even know how to explain it. He was just rambling like a weird, demented, adult conspiracy uncle or something.
Oh,
Dude.
didn't he just casually throw out like some transphobia at one point? Or was that another speech?
I think so. I think there was like a random little flare of that too. But again, it's just he was literally just kind of rambling off about just random shit for the most part. He only really brought up like the whole talks like once being like, we've kind of made progress of making a deal, and I'm just like, wasn't the whole point to make a deal? It's like it's just fucking wild.
I think he's talking to Zelensky right now with some like Starmer and Macron and people like that. So let's hope that goes a bit better, because yeah, fuck Putin. Putin's probably so happy. He has run the gauntlet since Clinton of U.S. presidents, and some of them would be able to stand up to him much better than others. And right now, at the end of the most important thing he's done since taking control of the Kremlin, he is finding himself up against not just Trump, but senile, close to death Trump. Like, he is so happy.
Which is the most unpredictable Trump, too.
Oh, he's not going to launch nukes. Like, he's not going to launch nukes.
Nah, yeah, I don't think that. Just unpredictable in the sense of just, like, other actions or, like, decisions he makes on, like, other factors, too.
Yeah.
Even with foreign policy, but, yeah, I don't think it'd be nuke, like, World War III, like, world's ending level. When
it would be great,
level,
though.
I'm like, okay.
The Russians would back down so quickly if like a bunch of like an aircraft carrier went and docked in like Istanbul and just launched airstrikes against Russian targets. They would sue for peace so quick.
Yeah,
considering that Ukraine is Eastern
right now, like near Vladivostok or some shit.
All right,
like, or we're having a task force there or something.
Don't suppose you've heard much of the news from Ukraine now.
No, I know the Russians have launched a new attack, and it looks like they might take that town. No, actually, they have.
They've tried, and they have failed consistently. Like, there's been so much fucking weird shit happening in Ukraine. I've been keeping track on it, and it's a fucking mess. It's the best way I can describe it.
Well, that's been true since the beginning. Boop. Here we go.
Russia is moving hard.
Now here's Nick in his infamous dorky newer studio. I don't like it because what he's trying to do is that he's trying to make it look like he's on top of a New York skyscraper in like one of those roof terrace gardens trying to have a conversation. And it just makes him look like he's on the set of a Spitting Image, which Ignar you might not get, but um, like oh god, it looks so cheap. He hasn't as you're gonna see in some of this footage. He's almost 30 now, and he hasn't aged a fucking day. It's creepy. It's like he has
Really, almost 30.
Yeah, right? Look, and wait until you hear him speak. He's so fucking nasally and childlike. And it's scary. But anyway, this is what the whole episode of tonight's about. Homosexual Nick Fuentes says he might say he's not, but he is, says he misses his Catboi era and admits to being bullied into in pretending to care about the nuclear family because of optics. Okay.
Connor MC Grow I percent $10. I miss your femboy era.
What's the femboy? I was never a femboy. It was the Catboi era, okay?
There's Catboi. And there's the infamous. No, Catboi is the lover he can never openly admit he had. We'll show Catboi.
Like
but Catboi
Nazi weirdo.
Yep, Catboi Cammy out of New Zealand. And they went on a date together. They tried on coats and shit, and then he was too gay for Nick, surrounded by all his right-wing people, that he broke off, and apparently he was bullied into breaking contact with Catboi.
Not femboy. Let's get it straight. It was the Catboi era. I miss it too. They bullied me out of it, you know? It was funny. And Vosh made up a bunch of nonsense about it.
The nonsense being that Vosh thinks he'd be happier if he just came out of the closet. Drunken Peasant said the same thing. Everyone have said the same thing. I said the same thing. He would be so much happier with himself if he just fucking admitted it.
And then
it probably wouldn't be such a weird right-wing Nazi weirdo if he just did.
I mean, he's already turned on Trump.
Yeah, he's already like, fuck you, Trump, fuck MAGA.
You lied. It was the biggest scam in history. MAGA was a joke. Only real right-wingers like me can. Also, he believes in the white ethno-state, but his second name's Fuentes.
Yeah. Well, I think it's because he's part Cuban or some shit, if I remember. Like his mom's
so
Cuban.
That's not white. He'd have to go. I know it opens up a whole new can of worms about Hispanic role in it, because they have incredibly convoluted systems of like old Spanish Empire era, like levels of start with the true blue people from Spain, and you work your way down. There's like 47 tiers of them, but no, us as superior Aryans can just turn around and go, nine, you are dirty. No, you know, like that's the beard. That, and I don't think he can ever grasp that. I can never grasp that. Like, he can't be a white knight for the white knights, because they'll just kill him.
Yeah,
they'll just
That's. I mean, it's just kind of the same thing where wraps my head around, like, even back in like the actual like eras of Nazis, where there was like Jews who would be like, "Oh, well, I'll collaborate just so I don't die in ghettos." But they usually they went there too. You know, they would just happen to be on the back of the line instead of the front.
Or
so, I mean, you know, like at the end of the day, you're just like prolonging the inevitable for yourself.
What's the name of that incredibly dolled up trans girl who's hardcore conservative?
Blair White.
Blair White, that's the one. Like she'd be hurled into the death camps along with everyone else. I don't know why or Candice Owens and Jesse Lee Peterson. You know, they can pretend they're one of the good ones all they want. They don't care.
But
as far as they're concerned, there are no good ones.
No, there can't be. This world is like destined to have this sort of operatic battle between the race. Remember, I used to be one back in the day. I used to be a hardcore neo-Nazi. And it really is this sort of idea that the whole world will have this huge race war that we will only win because we are like genetically superior, or else we'll be overrun by millions of unwashed barbarians. And there's it's so stupid. It's so convoluted, and it's so self-destructive as well, because most Nazis believe they will lose, and they will lose hard. It's a death cult. All conservatives are, to some level or another, is a death cult. You're rushing to get into paradise. You're rushing to get into heaven. That's why life sucks here now. It's even you could say
it's also hence why you get certain philosophies like the rapture, revelations, and and shit like that's and when you tie religion especially to a lot of it, which is pretty much almost always usually. It gets even more difficulty, especially like here in the U.S. with how like so many Christians are like unapologetically like Zionistic as fuck and want like the rapture and such.
the only reason they want to have Israel there.
Here generally do think we're in like the steps of it now, and it's like what?
Yep.
So let things happen, the way they are. So your shit, it's like it's fucking psychotic. It's wild.
Capitulate for the sake of optics and say, no. We want to be trad and get married, and women are awesome.
He hates women so much.
Yeah, it was awesome, wasn't it?
He's so nostalgic for the time.
Dude, he really is nostalgic. He's just like,
here it is, by the way. The best date that he can never admit he was on. J. Nicholas Fuentes, cute Catboi date.
Noon or 1, and then I just kept like watching YouTube videos.
Look how happy he'll be in this video.
A lot of videos about dinosaurs.
He already looks so happy.
And give me shit about
kind of cute.
I said I don't believe in dinosaurs.
They're such a good couple in this.
Watching like some, and then I just got sucked in, and then I was watching videos about the end times and about Noah's Ark, and then I was watching a video about Star Wars.
So you've looked at the data. What do you think about the dinosaurs now then?
The data.
So I guess they're real, but they lived with people. That was the takeaway.
Okay.
Yeah, because I did my research. Because I said on the show,
of course.
I'm like, I find it hard to believe the dinosaurs are real.
Okay.
At one point, he actually thought that, like, well, dinosaurs weren't real. But now he's a little smarter. He knows that they were real, and they hung out with cavemen.
Such madness.
All these fucking people get on my case. They're like, oh, well, you don't believe in dinosaurs. He doesn't even. Oh, wait, you don't believe in dinosaurs? And it's so funny to me because that's exactly the intended reaction. Like, I don't care. I don't care about dinosaurs. I don't.
That's why he doesn't have a soul. No one with a soul would say that. Everyone cares about dinosaurs because they're cool.
Yep, they're awesome. Yeah.
Fuck that noise. Don't care. You might as well say, I don't like puppies and kittens and ice cream. Fuck you. Dinosaurs.
Rainbows and nice, beautiful meadows and tempered, great, awesome days. Yeah, fuck that. It's like, what?
I missed it. The fucking nihilists from Smiling Friends.
Yeah. You're totally
I'm gonna put the heat on. It's getting fogged up a little bit. Yes. I don't care about dinosaurs. I don't know anything about dinosaurs. And I said, even on the show, I said, yeah, they probably were real. I said, when I think about it, it just seems like outlandish to me. I said,
I think he was just happy to have a friend.
You know what I mean? Like, I didn't say they're not
I think it
real.
was, yeah.
Because
he does generally look like he's actually having a good time.
When you think about it.
Wait until they get to the mall.
So then I did all this research, and I texted a good friend of mine, because he's very woke on the DQ on the dinosaur question. I was like, do you have any resources on
woke on the JQ and the dinosaur question?
They talk about in the book of Job. They talk about Behemoth, which
he's
they broke down.
He tries to play himself off as a tradcath, but he never goes to. He said he actually tried to. He went to church once and he just fell asleep. Like, he doesn't care about any of it. It's just a sort of optics thing. But the Pope has threatened to excommunicate him. Like, Yeah, the Pope wants nothing. Like, imagine if you woke up and said, this guy is your fan. And, like, it wouldn't end well for anyone.
It definitely wouldn't, yeah.
On all the different descriptions of the behemoth, and it was a sauropod, and they showed how they uncovered a lot of dinosaur bones, and in the dinosaur bones they found, like, red blood cells, which organic material like that couldn't survive 65 million years, which is what they said was how long ago the dinosaurs died.
It's calcified bone.
The fossil stuff was consistent with drowning in.
This feels like an edgy, like, sixth grader who just found out about, like, you know, dinosaur stuff in their, like, history class or some shit. Now just wants to argue with the teacher. Just for the sake of it.
That was the case. Oh, looking up at us, huh? Are we going to be good girls?
Lived with people, and they were created by God.
Right.
They died in the flood.
Why is there a hobgoblin with a
Comes to shit
business
like
suit on
dinosaurs.
screen? Because he's the topic for tonight.
It's just not very important. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's exactly my point. That's why I'm willing to.
Oh, I like that from Rose. What would happen if the rapture happens? Like, everything unfolds, Christian things will happen, but then we kill God. That would be brilliant. Just all the people just sort of dogpiling God and clawing at him with our fingernails, screaming about all the things that went wrong in our lives. And God is like this giant colossus on a cloud trying to get us off slowly. And he just topples over. Oh!
Oh my god, that would be epic.
That would be brilliant.
It actually could be a story or something. Like, that'd actually be a good movie or, you know, for, like, a concept.
Then we fucking eat them. Maybe this is what the Mormons meant, because then we become gods and we spread out across the galaxy. We become like the Mormons.
Yeah, maybe the Mormons are onto something on that one.
South Park called it.
Yeah, they called it, dude. Damn, Joe Smith was right all along. What the fuck?
The correct religion was the Mormons. I repeat, the correct religion was the Mormons. And you see all the people, ah. And I like how hell is hell, but it's also just like reliving our normal lives, just a little bit worse. Like, they have jobs they got to go to in hell, and there's motels. Like, it's just.
I mean, realistically, hell would pretty much be that way. It's like your day-to-day life, but just shit. Just consistently shit. Like, it really would be like that.
Working in an office cubicle, but everything is like, there's no chairs, you're just impaled, but you still have to fill out your fucking forms.
Yeah. All you get is just like the most egregious Karen, and they're somehow worse than the last one.
About it, be silly. Take your time. Take your time.
It's not like to have jobs, right?
Well, it is Sunday.
Oh yeah, you're not meant to work on a Sunday.
Yeah, one of the ones where they're like, you know, black churches, right?
Oh, here we go.
What is that? Try not to
Singing and shit.
Try not to dox our location too much.
Yeah.
He's cute. Whoa.
Oh yeah. Everyone always.
Oh,
talks
for
about
God's
his form,
sake.
So,
I'm taller.
yeah, he's clearly
Taller.
Well, Nick's 7 foot, and I'm
You're
only
walking
like
on,
6'9".
you're walking on the curb right now. The chat can't see, but you're walking. It's not you're walking on
Nick would. Oh, look at those happy faces.
Oh my god.
They're precious.
That is the most like wholesome look on the most like weirdest little Nazi, you know, gay
The
dudes I've
little
ever seen in my
fucking
life.
goblinoid motherfucker is just so happy. Like,
I know.
and the best part is that, like, he would never admit this to anyone else that he is short. But to Catboi, he brought it up to Catboi because he feels safe around Catboi.
Yeah. And also, Catboy's just that much, really significantly taller too, so he just does feel safe and like, yay, make me comfy happy.
Fucking anime shirt.
Me and Nick were hanging out last night. We come home, and there's been a shooting outside my
I
house.
do love how the lights in the background kind of look like the trans flag too, in the midst of them doing all this.
If there is a god, Nick was right, but he wants them to fuck hard.
Opposite was a shooting, or
What else could it have been? There were so many cop cars.
I think you're.
Well, it was either a shooting or like a car crash.
I don't know what it was, but I need to jump into conclusions. I don't know. Did you ever get to the bottom?
I don't want to wait
No, I went in
for our
locked the door.
lives
Yeah,
to be
that was probably-
over.
Yeah, I couldn't figure it out. I tried to sort of like drive around, but I couldn't see. There was a big police presence, but
There was a lot of police cars and then a lot of Democrats running from the scene.
running, literally
Running.
Oh, this is back when they used to say Democrats as code word for black people. Yeah.
I mean, it still kind of is. I mean, like in DC, for example, like it definitely is like kind of using that.
I can't imagine I can't imagine Republicans ever winning in fucking DC.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's always been a Dem stronghold and a very predominantly black city too. I
Well,
mean,
yes,
it's
someone's
not
got to
like
clean up all those
majority.
fancy buildings.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking Nick hooked me up with an Airbnb. was supposed
I
to-
did offer my bed, but you weren't interested. Mother said no.
Mama said you couldn't spend the night, so.
supposed to be safe.
you're here alive. See, you're good.
Yeah, safe. That's why in the thumbnail you can see the red and blue light on our faces. Because that was right outside.
Yes,
our house.
red.
I'm like so hungry, I can't even think straight. Every time I see you, it's like I have
So joyous!
I have to get something in my belly so I can go normal.
In my belly. I have to get something in my belly. Aww. He just
Every time he looks at him, he just smiles so deeply.
All right.
You can't hold it back. It's just so like. I mean,
This
it's like uncontrollable for him.
Remember
just
what I
can't help but
said?
smile.
How he doesn't age? See what I mean? This was uploaded
I know,
5 years ago, but this is from a much older video.
From like 2017 or something.
Yeah.
Or 2018. Yeah. So realistically, it's like.
The Airbnb and the pizzeria. Yeah, I got you good with that one.
If I'm right, they try on coats and judge each other at a certain point.
Very safe.
Very safe.
Fry moment. Wait, you just say chips?
Oh no, he's gonna get confused by the chip thing. Oh,
Cringe.
cringe.
Like the average Tinder date. I just got.
Still check?
Yeah, I
He should have gone aggressively Australian and just started mounding into the road.
We're very wet. Did you put this under? What are you doing?
I was trying to show the sandwich. You just got my chips all over the
Such
table.
a baby, dude.
You just fucked my chips. You know the reason why that's this idea that's been
I have no idea why the hardcore right-wing fan base of Nick wouldn't like Catboi. I can't think of any reason.
Oh, it's a mystery, all right.
Oh, this is such nostalgia for me. Oh,
zeitgeist, right?
No, it just don't help a smile. This
Stop
is
men
so.
from making relationships because we're dangerous when we're together.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, you give your friend a hug, oh, gay.
Yeah,
Oh, you go
kiss your
out.
friend on the lip.
he might as well have little heart bubbles
Oh,
over his
you-
fucking
you have
head.
a shower with your friend, gay.
Bro.
You kiss your friend on the lips. It's gay.
Charged up.
That's what he just said. Like,
Well, ready to rock. Let's rock. Yo, let's rock and roll out of here. You ready to rock and roll?
I know a
ready to
great
rock and
bathhouse I
roll,
could take you
man.
to.
Yo, have you ever seen my air guitar? Do a really good air guitar, man.
He looks like Elon Musk, like a young Elon there. What the fuck?
God, you're right. You know, Catboi, he does have a little weird like vibe of that.
Yeah.
Yo, have you ever seen my air guitar?
He totally does.
Yeah. That is
Yeah.
so fucking. What is it with right wingers having
need to
feet?
come
We
out
need
of
to
the
bring back
lab.
phrenology. We need to bring back phrenology. This shit is
Yeah, for
getting
real.
fucking fucking.
Dude, seriously, I swear these people come from a fucking lab or something, dude. It's absurd.
Right wing
Bring back
template.
phrenology.
3.
All these people who are doing paraphrenology, which is like, your head is the wrong shape. Let me take this hammer and hit it so it's the right shape, so you don't have the bumps
That's
of a
lux maxing. You just described lux maxing.
Yeah, that's pretty much, yeah.
What world do we live in? What fucking world do we live in?
Do a really good air guitar, man.
Are you making fun of Americans there?
No, I don't even know who I'm making fun of, honestly.
Is that Kanye?
If I don't have guests in the vehicle, if I don't have guests in the vessel,
Swinging your arms around and shit.
oh yeah, pumped all the way up.
Yep, here's the coke
Hey.
part coming up.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Get the fuck out of my car!
Yeah. What do I want to hear right now? What do I want to hear? What?
Someone said indirect kiss mode.
What?
Someone said indirect kiss mode. It's like, no, that's what I'm trying to avoid.
What are you talking about?
What?
Straws.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, was he really thinking about, like, accidentally we shed a straw. I guess that's like almost a kiss. Oh.
Yeah, he literally was
It feels like
covering
a
that.
middle school. Yeah. It really feels like a middle school, like, play date kind of thing, but that's kind of what makes it even more kind of hilarious.
I know. It's probably, this is going to sound so weird, this is probably the most wholesome thing that Nick ever will experience in his life.
Oh, 100%.
That is so fucked up.
It really is. That's true.
Hey, how come you don't compliment me on my clothes? Pretty leathery.
Yes, leather. Checking each other's jackets out.
Wear it with your Cybertruck.
Facts, I would actually do that though. Silver's a little bright though for me.
It's a bit much.
Kind of girly.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to wear something girly.
Yeah.
That'd be a bit weird, dude. I've already got something ultra warm like this. I was more looking for like a sweater.
We've got some stuff from Catboi too to look at. The highlights. I think they've vanished these days, but with Nick saying that he misses Catboi, I'm wondering would they make a return?
Maybe. I mean, I'm assuming Catboy probably still, like, is somewhat in touch with Nick, and I wouldn't be surprised if Nick still has, contact with him in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, just sharing nudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying on this these anal beads. Do they make me look fat?
Sweater. Zipped up sweater, like a coat.
This feels like a bit. Is this baggy or is it just the way it is?
No, I think it's a good fit.
You think so?
Good fit, yeah. Right?
I think it's baggy.
Not baggy.
Okay.
Medium. It's a medium. What are you gonna do? Small?
Well, I don't know. I
You're
just.
6 feet tall. You wear small. Men's small.
Huh.
No, they're wrong. They're wrong. I'm looking at it in person, live. How do they know better? Whoops.
Here, give me the camera. Femoid in chat says it looks good. Nick says it looks good.
All right, we can look at other stuff, but I mean, it was just this sort of date of that wasn't a date, but almost certainly was a date. I mean, then they go off to do butt stuff in the evening, which is fairly obvious.
The totally not a date, but definitely was a date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, here is we're gonna watch the infamous opening tabs scene, but we have to watch it via someone else because they'll watch it in a manner that will not get this channel striked by showing gay porn. Boop.
All right, guys. So Nick
good old
Fuentes had a bit of an oopsie the other night. he ended his stream. I'm sorry, let me back up. I'm sure most of you know who he is, but for those of you who don't know who he is, he's sort of like an alt-right, white supremacist / Nazi type. I don't say that loosely. He's like done debates where this is censored.
I'm a big fan of Sec Talk, but like we're just here to steal your content, man.
So that makes it so I can show it. Let's watch, and then we'll discuss more here.
And have a great rest of your evening.
I'm one to judge.
Americanism, not globalism.
So Nick, on one of his streams, went into this cutaway, and then this happened.
Will be our credo.
He streamed fucking... And I've seen the unedited of this. This is hardcore cocking ass slamming with the force of God gay porn. And Nick just ended stream and then immediately started watching this, not realizing he shared this shit.
Oh my God.
And chat is, of course, losing their mind.
Whoa in the chat. Wait, turn this shit off. What the fuck? Hack? What the fuck? Hack. What the fuck? Okay, now what are the possibilities? I mean,
that's a great cutaway. Well, there's a lot of things. Nick, of course, claims that he was hacked, but this wasn't even the first time this happened. I found still images of it, but I couldn't find the footage. He was showing his desktop, and he did like a minimizing screen, and you could see a list of all the things he had open on other tabs. One of which was, I shit you not, trans girl gets ass stretched by big black cock.
I think I remember that one too, because I think there was even like another instance too. It happened at least 3 times, at least 2 for sure, but I think at least 3. Which just shows that he's just so like really into dicks and really wants either his booty blasted or to do some booty blasting, but most likely
or both.
Booty blasted.
You don't watch that sort of transsexual porn without wanting your own booty blasted.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
But here is also, don't take our word for it. Here is the biggest failure of a potential channel ever in the form of Destiny. Looking at the famous the Cum Hunter fight Nick got into, which it's only 51 seconds. So I'll play it without context.
I like it. He's in a Kanye outfit. He got like the same big stupid fucking boots and everything.
This was just after or just before the Kanye interview on Alex Jones.
And then he throws down. Big hands flying here.
Don't fucking touch him. Stop. Yeah, we will. Sure. Just fucking stop.
You can tell he's never been in a real fight.
Wearing fucking Wellington boots.
Don't fucking touch him. Stop. Yeah, we will. Sure. Just fucking stop.
He's trying to look so badass in that puffer jacket.
I know, it makes him look bigger. When in reality, it just makes the jacket look like it's being held on a mannequin one size too small.
It's giant farmer boots.
Too small.
It's pointed farmer boots. I'm not going to be able to get past.
Bitch boy slap fight. But here's the thing. He was called a cum hunter because years prior, when the Groiper movement was making waves, he had a former roommate who lost his shit at him in public in like a hotel lobby, kind of like this, and said, when I was living with you, you used to go into my room with a black light looking for cum stains.
That is such a weird, like...
To make sure he wasn't jacking off. That's what Nick's encounter was. He didn't deny it. He said he was making sure, I'm making sure that you weren't masturbating, which is a sin. Sure, buddy. Sure.
Yeah. You want to get the black guy and maybe lick the crust or something, you fucking weird goober.
Oh,
Like,
you know that guy was missing his jack off sock. That was just gone from his hamper.
Oh yeah.
But Nick, Nick. One time, Nick was watching, of all people, David Duke getting interviewed, and David Duke is the scum of the earth, like proper Klansman, Nazi, all this stuff. And David was getting interviewed, and he talked about Nick Fuentes. And Nick was watching this live reaction, and David said, the guy is clearly in the closet and needs to be open about himself. And Nick just kind of goes, well, who cares what David says anyway? He's lame. No one likes him. He's yesterday's news. He's a has-been. And you could see it hurt him. It hurt him.
Yeah. You could tell he was, because as soon as you go that route, well, who cares about that anyways? It's irrelevant. It's like, yeah, come on, bro. Like, it hit a nerve.
Let's see. Having sex with women is gay.
Oh, I love this clip.
Yep. Hold on.
I think if anything, what people calling me gay because I've never had a girlfriend.
Oh, this is his mustache arc too.
If anything, it makes me less gay. If anything, it makes me not gay, as opposed to less gay. Not that there's any gay, but it makes me not gay.
Oh yeah, he was adamant that it's a choice, that it's not real.
Well, because think about it this way. A gay people do date girls all the time. Real. And when I said on Elijah Schaefer's show, and they said, have you ever been in a romantic relationship? Have you ever had sex with a girl? And I said, no. If you name searched me on Twitter, as I always do, all these gay people are coming out and saying, I've had more girlfriends than Nick. I've had sex with more girls than Nick. So like I said last week, not only is that thinking flawed,
you think?
but actually it's the reverse. That actually makes me really more heterosexual than anybody. If we're really being honest, never having a girlfriend, never having sex with a woman, really makes you more heterosexual. Because honestly, dating women is gay. Having sex with women is gay. And having sex with men is gay. And it's all gay.
He really is from New York.
And if you want to know
talking with his hands,
the only really straight heterosexual position is to be an asexual incel. That's it. So that's all there is. Being a heterosexual asexual incel is really the straightest position that you can have. Having sex in itself is gay, I think. I think that it's really a gay act to begin with. Think about it this way. What's gayer than being like, I need cuddles, I need kisses, I need it's all very sus to me.
Is it?
I need to spend time with a woman.
Catboi.
Yeah, I don't know. You were laughing. You probably wanted cuddles and kisses from Catboi.
Yeah.
So you're getting a good picture. You're getting a good picture of Nick here. Feel good, I imagine.
Yeah, he's completely fucking stupid. To put it very politely.
Yep.
A dense motherfucker would be putting it even still politely, actually.
It's like the most absurd caricature of these right-wing Nazi kind of Christo nationalist types. A straight up kind of borderline comical caricature.
If you wrote him in a book, no one would believe you. It would be over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
put it bluntly, he's a fucking loser.
Oh, he's a colossal loser. And that's why, because there is no such thing as fairness in the world, he got himself massive support from Trump, huge amounts of money, and ended up forming a movement that got, I think, about 40-odd people killed, even before Jan 6th. which the only reason he disavowed it was because it didn't win.
Yeah, it's literally just like he literally like kind of rose up with this whole Groiper movement, because like people that support him and stuff are known as Groipers, and they just straight up like kind of rose up within like the more extreme factionalized, elements of the Republican side and the right-wing factions here in the U.S. and even a little international at this point too. But they rose up and they've kind of fallen off, but they pretty much have like blended out into like other movements now at this rate.
I feel like she could just go to a woodland and take acid, and everything we'll see there would make more sense than this guy's existence.
More enjoyable too.
Oh yeah.
Here is we're nearly finished with the Nick elements of it, because we've gotten a pretty wide one. And you know what? He probably would be a very different, probably not a good person, but he'd be a very different person if he just fucking admitted he loves Catboi. Anyway, here is Catboi doing blackface.
So what do you say we do? We go back to segregation?
Well, no, see, the issue is, because of Jews, it's not going to happen. Jews don't...
There we go.
Oh, God.
We don't even need to go on anymore, do we? Just that opening alone. And plus, it's not Omegle.
There, yeah.
It's Omegle. Fuck yeah.
You can just look at the other dude. He just like immediately was like, well, yep, I should have figured. Damn.
It's always the Jews. It's always the trans. It's always the blacks. It's always
the Mexican or the immigrant.
Yep.
It's anybody else's fault.
Yep. Can never be me. It's everyone else.
I'm watching them in this order, so it almost feels like he's disavowing it from alternate reality.
Big Rams says, this Cammy guy's a fucking loon. I don't know what he was thinking coming out to these protests. That stunt he pulled this weekend was horrible optics.
There. This is alternate reality Nick, who's like, you can't say that. That's horrible. But no, he did something too gay for Nick and the Groiper movement. So apparently the Groipers have disavowed, just like MAGA's disavowed Trump, the Groipers have kind of disavowed Nick.
So the movement he invented has disavowed him?
Yeah, so that's 2 for 2 now for fascists.
That usually happens with fascists.
It's so funny.
Especially when they lose.
Bad optics in the beginning of the year because he was dressing up in an anime costume, and now he's bad optics because he's giving Hitler speeches. So he really is the gift as far as me goes, as far as my image goes, and also ostensibly, if he's going to these protests for everybody else, he is the gift that keeps on giving. So. Yeah, and I would encourage him to not go to these things because he clearly doesn't know what's going on, doesn't know what's at stake. That is the...
Yeah, that was Nick's thing. He was too much of a wild cat, a wild cat, if you will. He had to let him go. And now as he's saying, he feels bad. He misses Catboi for all his racist shit. Friend of
I'm a wild cat. Come and love me.
Oh, this is the raw footage of the porn leak. I thought it was the other one. I think that's it for Nick. Except Ignar, could you find that footage of Destiny's son real quick? I think it was on Magicus's thing. I thought I saved it. While we're going on, we can actually start watching some cool, positive things. Starting with the most cool and positive thing of all, how a cat works. Boop, how does a cat work?
How a cat works. Let's take a look inside to explore the intricate systems that keep this marvelous creature functioning. As you can see, the feline body houses 6 main rooms, each operating at an extraordinary level of precision. Let's zoom in and examine each subsystem more closely. Starting at the top right is the acoustically tuned Meow production room. Here, 2 dedicated sound engineers work non-stop to fine-tune each meow, adjusting pitch, volume, and tone based on real-time external conditions. Their goal is to craft just the right vocalization to influence their human into giving them.
Oh, something very important out of Rose. By the way, Ignar, forget it. I think we're past the Nick element, unless you have it.
I don't have. I know it's just a tweet from I know. So
It's quick footage. It's like a it's quick thing. But you know what? I think we're done. I think we've had as much scumminess as possible. But the long and short of it is that Destiny from earlier, he had Nick over at one point, but Destiny's son is pretty young, and he's a groiper, and the kid. There's no way to put this. He either has a speech impediment or a learning disability. And honestly, if it's a learning disability, it would explain why he would be a groiper. Because no one sane would look at Nick and think, yeah, that sounds like a really cool guy to follow. Like, no.
Definitely right, yeah.
But
and also, just considering that, like, Destiny also, at least at one point, was kind of somewhat friends with Nick, and from my understanding too, even sucked his dick too, I think, at one point. So
where did you hear that part? I knew he had him over.
I heard like apparently this happened like years ago, where and then like the footage apparently like leaked out, or at least something about that like that. Like the shit like dropped. I'd say like sometime earlier this year, if I remember. I first remember hearing it like from Vosh, and then I saw like something from like a song react to it, and I was like, "What, really?"
Okay.
And I looked in further, and yeah, apparently it is a thing. But I mean, it just kind of like blew up for a minute, but then just kind of teetered away after that, and wasn't really brought up again.
Huh.
But but I think it kind of goes, like on par with not just who Nick is, but even with Destiny, with how he is, despite being like the omni-lib, does it kind of has like a lot of right-wing takes occasionally, and
he really
kind
does.
of hang out with. Yeah,
I cannot support Destiny. He's also kind of pathetic. He never got over the fact that Vosh grew from his channel. And like blew up. But like he still wants to be friends with Vosh, and Vosh is like, dude, the shit you say is fucking gross. Get away from me. Like, he laughed at a girl who was describing getting raped, and she said like,
Seriously?
she said like, he said, well, why didn't you tell him that you didn't want it? And she's like, newsflash, sometimes if a girl says no, a guy still does it. Ha ha ha! That was the response. Yeah. On a fucking stream.
He's kind of sociopath, because he will do that like shit a lot, where he's like, he'll have like a little laugh at the most wildest shit. He even did that like with like a take on like Gaza and stuff too. It's like, maybe we should just let it happen and just like let genocide happen, because it's just gonna go on anyway. There ain't no real way to like say Israel be like, no, you can't just do it. So might as well just let it happen. He was just kind of having a little weird laugh, but I'm like, what the fuck? This is like the most sociopathic shit, dude. Like, what?
This is like I think that a lot of streamers need some level of therapy they're not getting. Even the ones that are getting therapy.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, more wholesome shit, though. I always told the other kids how cats work, but no one believed me. Yeah, well, you know what the thing about cats is that there's certain elements that we'll see in this video that are just beyond human comprehension, and that's fair.
Exactly what they want, whether that's food, attention,
I
or
like
just
the
annoying you until a door is
PSP
open.
level graphics going
Directly
on here.
beneath, we find the purr generator.
Makes sense for a cat.
This room is powered by
Very
a single, focused operator who manually spins the crank, activating the gear system that generates the iconic feline purr. These purring frequencies are carefully calibrated to calm humans, encourage cuddles, and reinforce the cat's position as the most adored creature in the room.
True.
Back on the upper floor to the left is the object dropping lab. Here, a team of 4 feline engineers conduct non-stop testing, dropping everyday objects from elevated surfaces. These objects, mugs, eggs, bottles, are carefully analyzed for impact, noise, and reaction value. Each test is repeated and refined to discover the ideal speed, angle, and push force for maximum effect. Just next door is the laser tracking room. This department is tasked with solving one of the greatest challenges in feline history, catching the red dot. Despite significant technological advancements and the ability to track the dot in real time with near-perfect precision, they have yet to capture the red dot. Progress is steady, but success remains just out of reach. Now we arrive at a less understood room, the panic room. No one truly understands what triggers it. Sometimes it's a sudden movement. Sometimes it seems totally random. The operator stands ever ready, one paw hovering over a giant red button, which, when pressed, launches the cat into sprint mode. We also don't know what exactly makes the operator stop it again.
Honestly, I wouldn't be
and
surprised.
finally, the most mysterious room
Cats
of all.
all the way down.
No one knows what goes on in here.
It's an endless
Objects that enter
system.
never return. Scientists theorize it's a portal to another dimension, a black hole from which no mass, light, or food can escape. Maybe this is why a cat is always hungry, but we can't say for sure. So there you have it, a cat, a truly marvelous biological machine. Mysterious, precise, yet somehow still chaotic.
Chunky
And
potato.
even with everything we now know, we're really no closer to understanding how or why a cat works.
Kitty.
I feel more knowledge now.
Yeah.
And I grew up with cats.
I love me some cats. Gary was all talk.
I got an electronic flying bird
Oh,
to get
more
my cat's
cats.
reactions. I let them check it out before I turned it on, and once I attached it to the ceiling, it was time to let it fly. It had both of their attentions right off the bat. Kurt was more just staring at it, while Gary was actually trying to leap towards it. He
These
seemed pretty
cats are
confident, but was still a
so
little hesitant, so I decided to
spoiled.
turn it off to
And all they'd be okay with is like a piece of string and some tin foil.
see how he would react.
Tension.
He was
Put the damn
meowing
phone
at it
down.
and standing up, trying to lunge at it. He really seemed like he
Egyptian
wanted to get up
like
there to
gods,
it,
and
so
now
I
we
decided
will
to
do
help
the
him
same.
out. Once he got up there, though, it seemed like he lost confidence. He was reaching a little bit towards it, but wasn't really playing. But once I put him back on the ground, he was right back at jumping towards it. So to help him reach it, I decided to bring in
They
the
have their own
which
dinosaur.
Kurt was already on top of.
Something Nick would hate.
Now you'll have a way to get to it. Oh snap! Let's see what he does.
He was really just caught in a trance and wouldn't go after it, but this scene of Kurt and Gary on a dinosaur with a bird flying around our living room was really funny. Kurt seemed to be figuring out that it was attached to a string while Gary was just mesmerized. Maybe one day he'll actually work the courage up to go after it. I got an electron...
That cat is like, those two cats are so adored, but they don't have any comprehension of it. They're just there like, human give food, human give thing. If not, fuck off then. It's kind of like a zen state of not giving a fuck.
Yeah. Cats really have an ability to just achieve such a amazing wu-wei kind of state. It's like, damn. It's something I actually kind of almost look up to.
Right. Ooh.
This advice right here, that you should always arrive at the airport with 2 hours to spare, is because of where I am sitting right now. This is gate 52 at LAX. You can see from this map, that is a screenshot of Google Maps right now for me, that despite the fact that I am technically in Terminal 5, my little blue dot is not on Terminal 5. And here is all of LAX, and my blue dot is still not on any of LAX. We have to zoom out a little bit further. There I am at the regional terminal, which is for some reason gate 52. To get to gate 52H, you have to go to gate 52, which is in Terminal 5. You go to gate 52, and that does not put you on a plane. Instead, it puts you on a bus. And that bus has to cross the ground that the planes are driving on. And the planes, as you might imagine, get priority. So sometimes that bus ride could take just about 5 minutes, but it could also take sometimes like 30 minutes. And that's a normal situation that can occur. And if you add that normal situation to the normal long security lines of the Los Angeles International Airport, and then you add that to the normal very bad traffic as you come into the Los Angeles International Airport, you arrive at the maximum normal time that it could take to go from arriving at an airport to getting to the gate. In the case of a situation like Gate 52 at LAX, all the people in this little area who are headed off to Missoula, Montana and Boise, Idaho are the reason why you are getting advice that almost definitely does not apply to you.
Here's the counter to it. Be raised besides an airport and learn this stuff intrinsically, and then make your own judgment calls depending on how long the flight is. For example, I'm off to Scotland in January. I am not showing up to the airport 2 hours early. I'm showing up an hour early because Scotland's flight is not that long of a flight. And as a result, I don't need to show up 2 hours early either way. What I will be on the way back is showing up 2 hours because I don't know Edinburgh's airport nearly as well as I know Dublin Airport. But when I'm going over to the States, I do have to do that because you have to go through customs. And that's fucking lame.
Yeah, even for like domestic, like with TSA and with like certain airports like LAX, like, because I've even been there once, and even inside, it's kind of a nightmare to navigate. But like, cause some airports are just kind of a bitch, to navigate, like, like he's saying, at least for LAX. But I've flown, like, I've been in like SeaTac, KPDX with Portland International. I've been to different airports, and they all are different. I mean, like PDX at least is a little bit of a streamlined, like, like once you get through TSA and shit, like it's kind of basically like, all right, your gates are like, bloop, like left, right, and then it's like another left, right, and that's pretty much it. So it's pretty streamlined. So even for me, I don't really have to do 2 hours early, at least for my airport. But if I were to do LAX, I would. Or even if it's an airport I'm not familiar with, because I'm going to go to Chicago O'Hare and, like, here pretty soon.
That is a nightmare to move around, but they have a really good tram service. Not a tram service, a train service. It's called the train plane. And it will take you around the major buildings, but each major building is fucking huge. So also a bit of advice, do not under any circumstance buy anything to eat or drink there that isn't coming out of like a regular shop, because if you do, the problem will be that it costs a fortune, and it'll be for everything that you normally get. So just go and get yourself a fucking find like a 7-Eleven or equivalent that will also just give you beer, and then just you're fine. Do not go to a bar. It costs a fortune in O'Hare.
Yeah, we weren't planning on at least getting anything at the airport, because like we're not going to be at like Chicago for super long. We're going to see System of a Down and Avenged Sevenfold over there, but on the days that we have off, we're basically going to go to like different brew pubs, different sites and shit. But at least when me and my friends get to the airport, it's pretty much just like take the time to at least the 2 hours thing, just so we can get to the terminal and stuff. And maybe if we want to grab like a brew or something like that, we can find something like that at O'Hare. But I mean, most of the stuff we want to do is obviously just going to be all throughout Chicago and shit.
Yeah, I love Chicago. It's obviously winter is a nightmare, but other than that, it's fine. The one in Philadelphia airport is a fucking bitch to move around because it's all stretched out. It's so massively stretched out. But no, like it, the best airports, no matter how big they are, give you a way to transport yourself around them. But
yeah, definitely.
My advice is just go straight to your gate, make a mental note where it is, then turn around and find the nearest bar. That works on most. Most
usually my philosophy
airports.
with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was one time where I accidentally missed a flight because I was like, oh, my gate's literally like right over there. I got some time to kill. And by the time I showed up, I like realized, oh, fuck, they closed the gate. And when I showed up, the plane was literally like rolling out. And I was like, oh, no, I should have at least made a mental note to see if they were like boarding or not or something before I went over to the bar. Like, fuck, why did I do this?
Yeah. Song as old as time.
The weirdest experience I've had.
Bus.
Weirdest experience I had in an airport is it was an airport in France, but it was just a tent in a field.
Where was this?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is out in like the back and beyond of the south of France. Went in.
Okay.
First of all, we were 7 hours delayed at Dublin.
Ooh.
So I had to kick around the airport for 7 hours because, and I shit you
Goodbye,
not,
money.
they couldn't find a pilot.
Jesus.
That actually happened to me once with a layover in Vegas, and it was already an 8-hour layover, but it got delayed by another hour because the pilot got sick, so they had to get a replacement pilot, and it literally took like an hour for the. And the shitty thing is that we boarded thinking that, oh, you know, the pilot's fine, but you know, he called out like last second, so they had to get a replacement. Like, and this is like right when we sat down and everything. We were in there for like 30 minutes already, and they deboarded us. And then, like, literally 20 minutes after that, the pilot showed up and then got us boarded again. I was just like, oh, my fucking God. Like, why couldn't they at least just kept us in there or something at that rate? If it was only for that long. It was shitty.
That does sound shitty.
All right.
The pilot showed up drunk. So.
Well, that's very standard for pilots, to be honest with you. I've known a few pilots in my time. They are shit-faced.
We get to this shitty little airport in the back and beyond of France. And it was like a bus kiosk out front with a tiny corner shop selling pastries. And then it was the entire waiting room was a rigid structure tent that had been sprayed down. And there was no, like, difficulty, like, no security. You could just walk around it. There was no fence. You could just walk out onto the airstrip, which was just a flat field. So the thing was taking off from a grassy takeoff. Really weird.
Sounds like a private, like, strip of some sort, maybe. Like, that is interesting.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of fields and stuff, usually by private owners in the U.S., you know, that are like that around here. And, I mean, sometimes they are, like, tiny regional where, you know, mostly it's just for private owners to have their planes stored and shit, or refill and stuff. But, yeah, I mean, I would assume it's something like that because that is like some boonies style ass, like, you know, airstrip if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, massive packed tent full of about the entire crew, which was about, or everyone who was boarding, which was about maybe 200 people. And no air conditioning, nothing. No shops, nothing. And we had to sit in this tent for like a half hour because the plane had to refuel, which they had to get a van in from off-site to do it.
Oh my God. That is some straight up rural boony ass shit right there. Holy crap.
All right, let's
it's like a fuel tank or something there just to, but well,
yeah, I don't even know. There was no hangars or nothing. It was just a field that the plane landed in and took off again from.
So feel good. You will probably know this, but does this game franchise sound familiar to you there, Ignar?
Imagine this. You're managing an empire moving through time, from the Stone Age to the far future, commanding armies across land, sea, and air, all while building a civilization from scratch. It sounds pretty epic, right? Well, this is exactly what Empire Eternal is trying to bring to the table, so let's dive in. Hey everyone, I'm Tom from LT Gaming, and here on the channel we take a thoughtful look at strategy games that really stand out. And today we're diving into Empire Eternal, an RTS that channels the classic vibe of games like Empire Earth and Rise of Nations.
Oh, is that a Somerset accent talking right now? What
Large Sweeter Festival?
Why are we taking a look at this one? Well, as big fans of those classic RTS games, Empire Eternal does feel like a long-awaited spiritual successor. It has all the scale and mechanics that we loved in those titles, but it's also introducing some new ideas to keep things fresh. If you're as excited as I am, make sure to give that like button a good old smack, subscribe to the channel if this is your thing, and ring
Definitely
the bell.
West Country, not quite Somerset.
That's a bit of a mouthful to say, actually. But it's a question
character
a lot of us
models,
diehard
God, yeah.
RTS fans have been asking, and honestly I don't think it's too far off. The game will let you guide your empire through 20 different eras, from the Stone Age all the way to the future. You're going to build, manage resources, and of course command armies in massive battles. This probably sounds a little familiar, and it's definitely drawing from that Empire Earth magic, and if you're like me, those hours spent conquering the globe in Empire Earth are going to be etched into your gaming memory. But let's clear things up right now. Empire Eternal is not Empire Earth 4. It's not an official sequel, and it doesn't carry the same name. However, if you're looking for something that scratches that same itch, something with sprawling time periods, epic combat, and that satisfying sense of civilization building, Empire Eternal is definitely going to fit the bill.
Yes, but will we have a time-traveling Russian super robot trying to take over the world?
No, that's like a Command and Conquer thing.
That's Empire Earth. That's a quest. That's like one of the campaigns in Empire Earth. The time traveling cyborg. 2, I believe.
See, I just played a shitload of the first one because of the weird fucking civilization mechanics.
Empire Earth vibes with new ideas. Alright, let's talk mechanics, and
see
what Empire Eternal is going to do to not just be another RTS.
It looks
In this
good.
game, you're going to be shaping the very course of history,
Yeah,
20 years worth of it, from the Stone Age to the far future. Promising to be a wild ride of strategic depth and bring out your inner tactical genius.
Oh yeah,
one of the coolest things about the game is the modular construction system. Gone are the days of rigid cookie-cutter layouts that we're all used to. Here you've got real-time free placement, meaning you can get really creative with how you want to build your empire. Walls, gates, towers, you name it, you can place it anywhere, and it will adapt to the terrain around it. If you want a massive fortress hugging the cliffs, go for it. A sprawling city spread out over fertile plains, easy peasy. The freedom to customize your empire's defenses and city design will add a layer of freedom that we do not see often in the RTS genre. Now let's get on to the good stuff, that's the combat. Empire Eternal will take classic RTS combat that we know and love and attempt to crank it up to 11. Yes, you'll command armies across land, sea and air, and we'll have gritty battles of ancient infantry squaring off on the ground, all the way to high-speed dogfights in futuristic skies, so it's promising everything. I want to highlight the naval combat to you guys as a real standout, where they promise that boarding ships and taking control of enemy vessels will hopefully be as satisfying as it sounds. So
Ooh, I like that in some games that used to do that, like you could technically do that in the Rome Total War Rome 2. You can do that.
Yeah, the one that did it the absolute best is a really old, obscure title. It's not really old, actually. It's just rather obscure. Rise and Fall: Civilizations at War.
I think I might have had that.
It's not just more about how many units you have, but more about how you use them and where you deploy. Now, building your empire won't be just about expanding your territory and your armies. It's going to be about maximizing your resources. Wood, stone, gold, food. These are fairly standard fare when it comes to RTS. But where it gets interesting is that as you progress through each era, your tech will evolve.
That was the one that you could play as like Cleopatra and like fucking Alexander and shit like that, like Hercules.
It was Alexander and Achilles on one side for the Greeks. It was Germanicus Caesar and Julius Caesar for the Romans for some reason.
Yeah.
And Germanicus had a giant fuck off hammer.
That's
it was Cleopatra
right.
and Ramses II for Egypt. And the Persians had Nebuchadnezzar and Saigon.
And tools, but before long you'll be harnessing advanced robotics, nuclear energy, and even space.
Yeah,
all ships were barracks and whatnot, and you literally had you sailed your ship off, and then you hit hero standing on the deck of your ship with your army that you just built around you, and you see your grapple sailors. Your grapple sailors grappling hook the ship beside it and pulling it in, and then this little bridge came up, and you went on and slaughtered everyone on the other deck, and that was how you took the other ship. And it was so dynamic. It was like, fuck yeah, this is great.
The way you manage your resources and advance technologically is going to be key to surviving and thriving, especially when you're up against a hard AI or other players who are equally trying to dominate the map. And if none of this tickles your fancy, Empire Eternal will have you covered on the customization front. The game is going to come with robust modding support, which is music to my ears. This will let people create everything from custom maps to new units and buildings. So imagine what the community is going to do with this when they put the unique spin on the game. It is the kind of feature that will keep the game fresh and evolving long after its release date. Let's talk presentation in Empire Eternal. So the game's art style, for me, has been a feast for the eyes, blending historical and futuristic elements. As you progress through the ages, the visual transformation is really cool to see. So humble stone villages to towering futuristic cities. Eras look like they're rich in detail and atmosphere, which will make the world feel alive. Sound design, I'm very impressed with so far. Battles are hitting hard with powerful sound effects that pull your decisions feel weighty. Alright, now the real question is, how does Empire Eternal stack up against the big names in the RTS world? And we got some really heavy hitters out there right now. Age of Empires series, Total War, and so on. So where does Empire Eternal fit into this mix? Look, there's no denying there's going to be a lot of competition out there, but Empire Eternal is going to have its own flavour. It is going for epic, and I really mean epic scope here. You're not just managing cities or armies for one period, you're going to guide your civilization through 20 different eras, from the Stone Age all the way into the future, and that's going to be a whole new level of strategy. What's really interesting is that Empire Eternal will blend those classic RTS mechanics with modern updates. It's going to have that nostalgic Empire Earth vibe, of course, but it doesn't look like it's going to complicate the formula too much. It's going to be accessible for newcomers, I hope, and deep enough to keep the veteran players.
It does kind of seem like a really perfect like blend and like what a successor of what Age of Empires should have been if that like game was like kind of still going on. But also like a little bit of like the Civilization little blend, but it's like such a perfect blend where I'm just like,
or Rise of Nations, if anyone remembers that as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah.
Okay.
That was very Empire.
I want to get to some point.
It's very Empire Earth in the way it's presented, though.
Yeah, extremely.
Yeah, it does seem like it is kind of like a successor.
Yeah.
Sir, where are you?
There you are. You made it.
Oh, I love this guy.
Yeah, are you you ready to go down to the hospital?
Uh-huh. But first, can you guess what I have?
Is it poop?
It's boo-boo. Oh. You want some?
Hold on one second, sir. Get the percent right now, all right? Okay, wait, have you ever been covered in poop before? No. No? Okay, you're about to be. Sir?
Oh my god. Oh man. I can only imagine like the real story of some of the shit that he's been through.
Yeah, there's some stuff he can't actually like say some of the shit. But he does do follow-ups. He does explain on some videos that he does, where are they now? Like, where's the guy who took a bunch of acid and now his heart was like racing so much you could power like a light bulb with it? And he's like, I'm just sweating a lot, man. Like, I'm just sweating a lot. That's all. And like the chair was like a completely different color than what it was supposed to be because it was so soaked through with his sweat. Or every time he'd be called up by someone who was like, yeah, I got an emergency. What is it? Yeah, man, I was just wondering, like, does this city have like a Wi-Fi or anything? No. What? I don't think so. Oh, okay. Well, thanks, man. But what's the emergency? No, that was it. That's all I just needed to know. Like, here. Now this is the real shit we need to know about. Haribo, the greatest sweets when you're stoned, in my opinion.
Oh, for real. Dude, there's nothing better than some good old Gold Bears.
I'm a Star Mix man myself because you get so much different flavors. I might even go out tomorrow and get some. Not that I can get stoned, but I might just be a piggy for the sake of it. Might just be a piggy for the sake of it.
You get you mix it, you sort the flavors out in Gold Bears, and then you melt them very gently into a disc. So you can literally sit there and just sit there chewing on this disc of gummy bear.
Like a little gerbil off your fucking trap. That's awesome.
I gotta try that.
Yeah, but you have to sort the flavors out. So you have all the different flavors of different discs you can go through and be like, yeah, fuck yeah.
I like doing that with wine gums. I like getting all the wine gums in out of like 2 or 3 tubs and put them all in the colors, and then just have like 4 tubes of wine gums, like yay big, and just go like, oh, I got the black ones first because they're the best.
You and your black
Gold bears in the U.S., you'll notice that there are more red bears than there are of any other color.
Communist,
that's on purpose.
Communist bear.
Haribo found that U.S. consumers prefer raspberry-flavored bears, so they tweaked the mix in production. Today, the company's Wisconsin factory turns out 60 million Gold Bears a day. And it's this factory that Haribo is betting on to take on the U.S. candy market. This is the economics of Haribo.
Haribo.
Haribo is one of the largest gummy candy manufacturers in the world. thanks in part to a simple
I'm gonna
strategy.
get really annoyed by how she
Focus.
pronounces Haribo.
A lot of
and
the bigger companies have these very diversified businesses.
Hershey, best known for chocolate, now makes pretzels and dipped fruit snacks. And Ferrara owns brands across hard, chewy, and powder-based candies.
And it just allows them sort of to have something for everyone
Powder-based.
versus just having really a single product that you're marketing all year long.
But Haribo goes the other way, focusing primarily on gummy candy. And that focus...
I am not even kidding. I've got my my coin purse here, and I am looking for how much coins I have, and I've got enough for some Star Mix tomorrow. Hell yeah! I get paid on Wednesday. It's not a big deal. I've got everything I need in the fridge.
This is an advantage.
They are pretty much a one-product company. It's really just simplicity of production. If you even think about, like, in your home kitchen, if you were just making one meal over and over and over again, you really only need a certain set of ingredients, a couple pots and pans. In an industrial context, it's really the same.
In the US, the company uses select core recipes.
It gives us expertise so that when we want to make a flavor change or a texture change, it allows us to tweak things.
And its scale gives the company an advantage in negotiations for equipment and ingredients.
The leverage it gives us is just the fact that we're
Apparently
buying
in
more
Germany-
of one thing. When you are able to buy more
didn't
of
know
something,
this,
you get volume
but-
discounts. It gives us economies of scale.
Outside of their factory there in Germany, the locals, you're allowed to bring in a bag, a couple of pounds worth of like nuts you can find in the nearby forest, and they will in turn give you that back. And it's something to do with the animal feed that they have nearby. So they have this exchange where they will give you a huge bag of sweets, just these assorted gummy bears, or any sort of gummies that they make, just in a big translucent bag, and they'll be like, here you go, in exchange for these nuts you find in the ground, so they can then go and feed these animals for reasons that are beyond me, because I know they used to make gelatin with horse marrow. But do they still do that?
They use cow marrow for the most part.
Well, also saying like gelatin, basically like animal fat anyway, like just gelatin. Because that's what, at least from what I understand, like with things like Jello and like things like gummies. So like from my understanding, at least here in the U.S., it's mostly with like animal fats and stuff, or at least broken down into like the actual component that makes it, you know, that animal gelatinous fat stuff.
Well, no, in the States,
I mean, maybe the marrow is part of it too, but I mean, I don't know the whole process, but at least that's just my assumption, or at least what I assumed.
in the States, it's like, I believe it's 2/5 cornstarch.
Yeah, there is cornstarch. Yeah,
and everything is cornstarch there, so they do taste different.
No, I hate it. It's so ridiculous, and it's just gonna get worse with how our administration is like,
If your
just
particular
like
product
just do
isn't the
whatever
one that's
people
currently
do.
on trend, you can sort of lose out. Efficiency only benefits you when you are efficiently making something people want.
So knowing exactly what consumers want is key to staying on top of demand. And in fact, creating more demand. That's why
having facilities that are local has definite benefits in the sense that you can just really be closer to your consumer.
That strategy is clear in Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin, home to Haribo's first U.S. production facility, a 500,000 square foot factory that opened in 2023. Before the factory,
we were importing 100% of our product.
Getting Haribo's to the United States used to take months.
It could be up to 12 to 14 weeks because it had to be made in Europe.
I never
and
knew
then
that
it went to
Haribo wasn't in the U.S. until recently. I honestly
Well,
thought
very
they.
well
Now it's a matter.
Yeah,
it's a UK company.
No, it's a German or Scandinavian company. It's from Europe, but it's.
Well, I knew that. I just figured at this point they would have had at least, you know,
The
a
ones
little
we get.
manufacturer in Europe.
The ones we get are imported in over from the UK, so obviously they have UK on the back of them.
Well, yeah.
I don't think we have a factory making our own.
Of weeks, with the Wisconsin
No, we
factory
don't.
producing about 25 different types of gummies. And the Wisconsin base is key to determining what Haribo makes in the U.S.
The faster you can react, the better your sales are.
Local offices run focus groups and can develop new products accordingly in shorter periods of time.
We ask about both texture, flavor, but how you're going to use the product. We also do the same testing for packaging, because packaging also plays an important role.
All that feedback drives a
Star
very specific
Mix.
insight. What's considered good varies by region, and Haribo tailors accordingly. Take this bag of Star Mix. In the U.S., the original mix included Gold Bears, Happy Cola, Friendship Rings, Twin Snakes, and Happy Cherries. But after
All right, here's the things: drop the cherries and drop the twin snakes. But you know what?
Yeah.
I don't like the fried eggs. Of all them, the fried eggs is the one that stands out the least, and they're the ones that we get. I love these bad boys. You know what they need to make? Midget gems, like wine gums do. The little tiny square sort of trapezoid shaped ones, about yay big. Oh, fuck yeah, those things are amazing. But they don't make them.
Learning American consumers wanted the fried egg and foam heart gummies they saw in the UK version, Haribo swapped.
Yeah, that's what we get. I like the hearts are nice, but the fried egg is too much foam.
In those marshmallow textures.
Yeah, I've never
This
had
strategy
those
plays
or
out
even
across
seen
Haribo's
those
16
before.
factories worldwide. The
There's
company's
some stuff we
manufacturing facility in
definitely
Turkey,
don't
for
get when
example,
it comes
makes
to
halal certified
food
products to meet local demand.
In the Scandinavian country Denmark, Sweden, they love licorice and they love strong licorice taste and even salty products. This wouldn't work in other markets. So the decentralized structure helps us to be agile and to react on development of different markets.
If demand is strong enough, Haribo will also expand its horizons. Take the Shimalo, the only Haribo product that includes chocolate. An existing marshmallow product was the base, but market research in Belgium showed demand for a chocolate version, so Haribo launched it there.
They sell that one on the left there, up in the petrol station there.
And Haribo can use its larger international portfolio to its benefit.
One of the big things that U.S. candy companies are facing are a lot of pressure from federal and state policymakers to transition to natural food dyes.
Some Haribo products made in the States still have Red 40 in the ingredients, but the company already uses fruit and vegetable juices for color in other products and in other countries.
We, in our current portfolio,
It's really like
have
the
different
only
types of coloring
thing our
agents,
RFK is
different
doing
kinds of
that's
flavor
actually
agents, so we feel
good is
very
trying to
prepared
get
to do
rid of
things
food
differently.
dyes.
Or if there's regulations that change, having this factory gives us the agility to make those changes.
Today, Haribo produces more than 800 different products.
Harry Potter? Oh.
Products around the world.
I've seen them around.
And in the past year alone, Haribo has added 2.6 million new American households to its customer base.
Different candies have their moments in the sun. Gummies are really going
I
gangbusters
feel like Barney from The Simpsons now. Just hook it to my veins.
right now.
Sugar candy sales are up 74% since 2020. And with cocoa prices historically high,
You're seeing a lot of the big confection companies rolling out, new gummy products as a result.
So for Haribo,
hell yeah, I like the van. The van is really cool.
I know that's such a nice Volkswagen.
Let's see.
I'm always wanting a van like that.
Yeah. Post by Bill Corbett.
Give me a 1950s hot rod with the fucking open engine.
There we go.
Oh hell yeah.
Just like cleaning his room. Oh yeah, Jordan Peterson. Yeah, he got the black mold. He didn't clean his room, bucko.
Oh, he got the J.K. Rowling treatment of the black mold.
He did.
Shocker.
Oh, I wonder what that's been doing to his brain pan.
Oh, that and on top of his weird brain rot in the induced coma he had.
The raw meat diet.
Imagine what his brain's like now.
Yeah. Oh, this is. I didn't know this about Kill Bill. Cool story.
I bought that hat in Durango, Mexico, when I was doing a Western, but I was wearing it to the read-throughs for Kill Bill. Quentin comes up to me and he goes, you're not going to wear that hat. And I go, what do you mean? He goes, you're not wearing that hat in the movie. And I go, well, I wasn't really planning on it. He goes, I know, but every time you show up, you got the hat. And I go, well, that's because it's my hat. And he says, no, but you're not going to wear it in the movie. And I said, well, I kind of want to now. The next day, there I am in the hat. And he says, I can't now picture you without the hat. So you can wear it in the movie. And so I did. But then later on when we were shooting, he wrote the scene where I have to take the hat off.
I'll wear that fucking hat.
And him and Larry didn't tell me that he was going to say that on camera. When I take that hat off, that was no acting for me because I didn't want to take the goddamn thing off.
I did not know that about that scene. Somebody, the guy who played General Zod from the original Superman movie, he died today.
Oh yeah, I saw that too. I was like, damn, that sucks.
Yeah, he also played Mankar Cameron in Oblivion. That was his voice.
That I know better.
Yep. You know the scene from Superman. Kneel before Zod.
Yeah,
that's
him.
It's
a famous scene.
Yeah. Oh fuck's sake! They're all dropping like flies. Linear time. On the plus side, Garfield phone.
Fun fact,
For over 30 years, Garfield telephones were washing up on the beaches of Western France. No one was exactly sure where they were coming from, but it was pretty obvious. A shipping container had fallen off a cargo ship and sunk to the bottom of the ocean, and every once in a while would release a couple phones. The Garfield phones became a symbol of beach pollution in Western France, and multiple environmental groups spent years cleaning up the phones as well as trying to find the shipping container that was releasing them. And then in 2019, a local farmer came forward and said he was quite sure the lost shipping container was stuck in a cave that could only be accessed at low tide. When he was asked why he never came forward before, he answered, "There are lots of things given to us from the sea," without further explanation. The local cleanup teams followed the farmer's directions and finally found
What
the
a
lost shipping
cryptic fucking old farmer man response.
That is straight up like some old farmer, retired sailor ass like cryptic shit, dude.
container, where they cleaned up all of the phones still left behind. Fun fact.
I wonder how many of them still work, but like, I love the idea that he just says that and then just walks away, turns over his shoulder and goes, "Come, follow."
Just leaves this bunch of like 20-something-year-olds to this fucking sea caves.
Like
what you see is inside.
The orange cat box is in there.
You can only accept it at the lowest of tides.
You must bring a tribute of lasagna. Really? No, they're fucking phones. So you made me carry this lasagna dish out to this cave.
I'll take it though. Thank you.
This is 24 hours. I could watch this. 18 minutes. I can watch this another time. Boop.
Essential water. They say it's like pH 9.5. And indeed, when I add universal indicator to essential water,
all the
I
fancy
do indeed
waters.
See a color shift to violet. That makes sense to me. I've also heard the claim that this stuff alkalizes your body. The same amount of protons that I'm going to deliver here to our essential water. Boy, that still looks purple. Maybe they're right. I don't know. Let's give it a shake. Take that, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Fuck you, Gwyneth. Wow, she was promoting bullshit. Who'd have thunk it? JonTron.
I never drank that shit. Oh my god.
Your entire business model is promoting bullshit. It always has been.
Goop.
Here's a candle that smells like my vagina. Here's my psychic vampire repellent.
Well, we gotta.
The word defenestrate sounds almost whimsical until you remember it means to throw someone out of a window. Anywhere with glass and gravity could see such a fate. But Prague, the fairy tale city of spires, seems uniquely tied to this deadly tradition. Over centuries, windows in this city have
a lot of tall buildings in Washington.
Been portals, not just to the streets below, but to revolutions, wars, and mysteries that
it's a great word.
Changed the course of European history. The first plunge, 1419. Our story begins in the early 15th century. Picture Bohemia, then a jewel of the Holy Roman Empire, but a kingdom seething with religious discord. Decades before Martin Luther ever nailed his thesis to a church door, a Czech theologian named Jan Hus was already challenging the might of Rome. He condemned the sale of indulgences, those costly certificates that promised forgiveness of sins and a short...
What?
Oh, so I'm kind of familiar with Jan Hus. I just didn't realize it was related to this kind of shit.
Yep.
I actually didn't know about this great plunge thing, but probably didn't love
the
it.
Hussite War was started with this.
In purgatory, he insisted the Bible should be read in Czech, not cloistered away in Latin. And he demanded that the clergy reform itself, stripping away the corruption and wealth that alienated ordinary believers. These teachings spread like wildfire among a Czech population hungry for change. But to the church authorities...
Well, we don't have Krendar, but at least we have Krendar.
Yeah, we have animated Krendar.
And the guy, Civil History... We call him Buffdar because he looks like Krendar if he took really good care of himself. So
actually, I never knew what it looked like.
Yeah, he showed himself in one video, and he's like a former military guy. I think that's why he always does military stuff. But he clearly takes good care of his body, so we call him Buffdar.
Hus was a dangerous spark. In 1411, he was excommunicated. When he was lured to the Council of Constance in 1414, promised safe passage to defend his views, he instead found himself in chains. He was declared a heretic, and in 1415, burned alive. His death did not snuff out his ideas. It turned him into a martyr. His followers, known as the Hussites, seethed as tensions escalated in a kingdom already fractured by competing popes and papal politics. By July 1419, Prague was a tinderbox. On the 30th of that month, Hussite priest Jan Zalewski led a furious crowd to Prague's new town hall. Their demand, the release of imprisoned comrades. What happened next depends on which chronicler you believe. Maybe stones were thrown from the windows, maybe insults provoked the crowd. Either way, something snapped. The mob surged into the hall. Moments later, Prague's burgomaster, a judge, and several council members were seized and hurled from the upper windows onto the cobblestones below.
Do you remember when crowds used to be cool instead of dumbasses?
And actually do things that were base and,
yeah,
radical as fuck. Yeah.
Like, they got shit done.
I remember.
You don't like someone's policy? Well then, remove them from the equation and that policy goes away.
Yep.
A little more complicated.
With the rich.
Yeah.
It came with the rich selling the idea that violence is not the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were always the
target.
Most died on impact. Survivors were beaten to death with a mob waiting outside. This was...
fucking lib shits, because they know that they wouldn't last 5 seconds at a crowd of angry workers.
Oh yeah, exactly.
No isolated act of violence. This was the spark that ignited the Hussite Wars, a brutal conflict that raged across Bohemia for 17 years, reshaping the religious and political landscape of Central Europe. The Forgotten Fall, 1483. Fast forward 6 decades, the Hussite Wars had ended, and a fragile peace emerged between the moderate Hussites, called Utraquists, after their belief in communion under both kinds, and the Catholic nobility. On paper, it was a partnership. In reality, mistrust festered. Catholics whispered about heresy. Hussites feared purges. In September of 1483, rumors swirled that the Catholic leadership planned to strike first, cleansing Hussites from positions of influence. The Utraquists decided to act preemptively. On the night of September 24th, mobs stormed the old and new town halls. History repeated itself. Councillors were seized and flung from the windows into the dark. By dawn, the Hussites controlled Prague. Their coup successful. Unlike the first defenestration, this one didn't trigger a war. Negotiations followed and an uneasy balance returned. But because it lacked the fiery aftermath of its predecessor, this episode often slips through the cracks of history, an overlooked rehearsal for future turmoil. The fall heard across Europe, 1618. Now, we come to the most famous defenestration of them all, the one that sent shockwaves through an entire continent. By the early 17th century, Europe was still reeling from the Protestant Reformation. The Kingdom of Bohemia had achieved a kind of religious détente. Protestants and Catholics shared power, their rights secured by the Letter of Majesty issued in 1609. Then came Ferdinand II, a staunch Catholic who ascended the Bohemian throne in 1617. Ferdinand ignored the Letter of Majesty. Protestant churches were shuttered.
Look at his little dance as he walks.
Rights were stripped away. It was tinderbox time again. On May 23rd, 1618, Protestant nobles marched to Hradzany Castle to confront two royal governors, Jaroslav Borita of Martinique.
Has a sort of South Park vibe to it, doesn't it?
I know, yeah. I was gonna say it has like a very South Parkian vibe.
It's the cheapness behind it all. South Park has always used the cheapest possible animation it possibly could. Because originally it was paper cutouts. They were using string to pull around.
Do you remember that episode where they recreate the pilot? And they showed us the hours it took to put the episode together. Like, it was so wild. But
sure, whatever you said was, but I didn't hear it.
Yeah, for some reason it went. I just kind of cut out. It was weird. Let's see if it changed the mic up in this direction. Will that change it? But yeah, that episode where they recreate the pilot and how they made it in the warehouse, and it's just hours of them putting something together, and someone then sneezes and just blows the whole thing away. Like, that's how it went for hours.
And Wilhelm Slavata, their secretary Philip Fabricius, was also present. The nobles demanded answers about their violated freedoms. Tempers flared. And then, as if scripted by fate itself, history repeated its grim choreography. Martinique was seized, dragged to a window, and tossed headlong into the void. Slavata followed, clawing desperately at the frame until his hand was struck loose. Fabricius, guilty of only being there, was hurled out next. 3 men plummeted from a dizzying height, and somehow lived. Protestants claimed they landed in a manure pile. Catholics insisted angels broke their fall. Whatever the truth, they survived. Fabricius even earned the ironic title von Hohenfall, meaning of the high fall. But the survival of those men didn't prevent catastrophe. This act ignited the Bohemian Revolt, which spiraled into the 30 Years' War, one of the most destructive conflicts in European history. Armies ravaged the continent. Entire regions were depopulated. In terms of sheer percentage of lives lost, it remains the deadliest war in German history. The war finally ended in 1648 with the Treaty of Westphalia.
Only like a
This
third
treaty
of the
didn't
German
just bring
population was left after all was said and done when it came to this war.
Yep. And
Funny
Germany.
enough, Sabaton Carlos Rex album actually kind of helped me learn about this kind of history because they have some of their songs based off of this war.
Sabaton does love their more obscure shit.
Oh yeah.
This is the era, of course, of pike and shot and all that. I love that era. You don't see that many games based off it. There is one, and of course you got Cossacks. Cossacks is based that set in that era. But I suppose it's just not as cool as some other places. Other times. Let's see.
Missing out because it's one of the most stylish periods of warfare because everyone was ridiculously overdressed.
Absolutely. Look at Charles
Just
II.
had, like, the most insane drip and shit. Yeah. If I'm gonna die, I must be flamboyant and go die in style.
Yeah. Even the armor had like weird cloth plating over it, which was there to help slow down the shot. It didn't for the most part. It just gave them fibers in the wound, which killed them faster.
Yeah. Let's have a look. Have a little extra fibers to really accelerate the gangrene and shit,
Absolutely. You gotta get that shit in there so all the amputations in the world won't mean shit.
To the beach, she says. There's no water.
Don't you worry about it, brother. You stay right there, and I promise you in a minute, you not gonna be here no more, fam. You gonna wake up at Poseidon pool party without a floaty.
Go to the beach, she says.
The only Fredo of the evening. Daily Dose. Starting to wrap shit up. Everyone who's watching right now, hope you're enjoying yourselves. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you haven't already, do check out the Discord and Ignar and all these others. I'm actually going to skip Ordinary Sausage and just wrap it up after this. It's almost 2 hours anyway. Because my legs are killing me. My sciatica is too bad right now. I need to call it a night.
It's fair enough, man.
Yeah.
Fair.
So it'd be a difference between doing this for another 20, 30 minutes or, just wrapping it up now. Boop.
Hello everyone, this is your Daily Dose of Internet. I just found out that if you go to get your driver's license but tell them you don't know how to read, they will allow you to put whatever you want in the signature section.
They'll let you sign whatever you want on your driver's license, and that's why my driver's license is signed with a little drawing of a T-Rex.
Cakes.
That is awesome.
He was
Down
trying
she
to
goes.
teach him how to ride a motorcycle.
Ouch.
That looked like it hurt.
Good. No. That's not good.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
She really had to ruin a romantic moment.
way.
She wanted to show off her new pet frog to the camera.
Yeah, look at that little cutie.
Wait, with your frog.
Oh!
That wasn't what I expected.
This driver in the SUV somehow didn't see this plane that was getting ready to take off.
Extreme music.
These people got absolutely
I can only
drenched by
imagine
this
how
train that
much
was
those
passing
ass
through a
cheeks were
flood.
clenched on that pilot seeing that.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
You already know exactly what's going to happen,
train,
and you're still
damn.
going to laugh.
Do it. Do it. There you go. There you
They're so
go.
ugly.
What
That
did you
llama.
think was gonna happen? Look at her face.
What were you gonna think, girl?
Did no one tell them that they spit?
And they have a special kind of spit just for spitting.
Yep.
They don't normally keep in their mouth. It's a weird globule, sticky stuff that they can produce.
Get this. Some of them can get a special form of rabies that they infect others with that makes them hate only humans. And get this, they don't need to bite the other llama. They just hang out with them long enough and it will start to spread to the other llamas or the alpacas.
What was it? Spread by osmosis or something?
It's probably in the air, yeah. And it just, oh baby, and it just makes them hate humans. All right. There'll be something under it.
This cat is the
scared by that.
definition
What the hell?
of gluttony.
Baby, it was just a lizard. Shh, relax.
That dog is disturbingly old.
I am.
Can they do it? Oh. What the?
Whoa.
I don't understand why I always find these types of videos so funny.
Beluga. Beluga.
It sounds like this chicken needs to stop smoking.
Jesus.
These spectators got the best seats possible at this race. He had no idea that there was a raccoon in his trunk.
And the raccoon is loving life.
Dude, that raccoon's just vibing.
Let's give her a little time.
I never had such a great air dry like this.
This biker was riding with his girlfriend when he suddenly lost control.
Oh, he hydroplaned, I can already tell. Yep.
Wow!
Oh, they are really hydroplaning. Holy shit. Damn.
That does not sound fun. Or look fun, rather.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jesus. If that had been a few inches up, that would have got his like fucking head. Like,
he had a helmet on, so he's fine. It's just, could have taken out his entire spinal cord.
It's okay. Oh, yeah. Or if he hit his backbone specifically, he would have fucked.
He created his own child flipping assembly line.
Nick Fuentes would be like, "That's gay."
A father having fun with their children. What a gay little bastard.
At least they're all white.
His dog refused to believe that the door was
He's got some
open.
technique.
Come here.
He's just like made it perfect.
There's no door. Come on. No. Come
The
on.
dog doesn't
You are not smart.
understand.
Come here. Come here. Here, the door's gone. Here, let me pretend to open the door.
I love derby
I'll
dogs
push
like
you
that.
open.
I love them
There we
dogs.
go.
They're great.
You don't need to understand his language to know what he's talking about.
Godverdomme, die brug dicht. En voor wat? Voor die tyfus roeiboot! Doe die mast in! Homo!
They were trying to figure out
You could just feel that in his soul, dude. Oh my god.
why their car engine wasn't working.
All right, give it some gas.
I don't know, it looks fine to me.
Do that.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Amazing. I love
The
it.
new, majestic, elegant duck car.
Her little brother ran in to help her during the competition.
Oh, no, no.
I'm not sure if his dog was making fun of him or trying to empathize here. I found this guy that knows how to whistle in a really weird way.
Yeah, but let's talk about his weird look. Like, what the fuck is this face and eyebrows and glasses? And he looks like he's channeling Hassan through Jeff Goldblum. Like,
honestly, that is like the most best description ever. I was about to try to describe, but I don't think I need to after that. Like,
yeah, this is.
He's just like, it's like hitting like the random, character creation button, and it's like the best result, and you're just like, yeah, fuck it.
A really serious cutscene, and it cuts to this face. Like, the prophecy says doom will fall upon the world.
And then it's like, oh no.
He looks like someone I know in Germany.
Impressive.
He's actually got some beautiful like whistling though.
Here's a video of a really thirsty snake.
Oh.
Ruined by the Minecraft big noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, almost impressive. Bill.
Chill.
He didn't think that he could do it, but everyone showed up to support.
They're just chanting penis.
Steven, I think. Hey, baby. You come here often?
I had no idea, but I guess wok cooking machines are a thing.
Yep. Wok cooking machines are indeed a thing.
So, did I just get threatened by a crab? She decided that she wanted some chips right in the middle of the game.
Run to home, baby. What?
That reminds me, I got pinched by a crab like when I was on the coast not that long ago. Ooh. Wasn't fun, but
all right,
it was
go take
enjoyable.
home.
They thought that this would be a good place to pull over and have a fancy lunch.
Feel that?
Respect. They put a
They
lot of
got the
effort.
whole setup here.
Yeah.
That is the end of this video. Hopefully I made your day just a little better. And I'll see you guys again very soon. Later.
Very soon. Alright. There's other stuff we could watch, but honestly I can't sit here anymore. I gotta bounce. And the faster I go to sleep, the faster I can have those goddamn Star Mix tomorrow. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let's hope Krendar will be here for this time next week. But in the meantime, Ignar, and you want to promote before we're out of here? Link in the doobly-doo.
Just my usual from my channel, and then just like some of my socials, same name on Threads and Blue Sky and stuff. I haven't used them too much, but getting back to swing with that. And I probably will do a little stream later with got Streamlabs kind of working a little bit again on mobile with my stuff. So I've been kind of doing some reacts here and there, but it just kind of eats up my little phone data stuff, or my phone battery. So I mean, I'm hoping I can at least get that a little bit, no pun intended, like kind of Streamlabbed out a little, get that streamlined. But beyond that, just my usual stuff. And also, at least, when it comes to like little tip jar stuff, on my, channel about page, got my Cash Apps there, for a little tip for coffee or whatever. All that fun shenanigans.
Sweet. As for you, Feel Good, we have, unless there's anything in particular you want to promote, we have the show on the first Wednesday of the month with Billy Boy Blue for No Man's Sky.
Oh yeah, yeah, we do. But no, I've got nothing specific. I'm just If I had my cat here, I'd wave it at the camera. But she's upstairs.
Yeah, it's fine. She's vibing. She's old. Let her be.
Yeah, she screams at me for anything and everything.
But as for next week, we have. Oh, I suppose I should say. I have beaten RoboCop, so now we will move on to Doom Eternal. That will be over on Twitch, and Assassin's Creed 3. That's also on Twitch. But on Wednesday, we have the Dawn of War Definitive Edition here on YouTube. Looking forward to giving it a go, just to see if it's less janky.
It's good. I've been playing it for the past 2 days. It's good.
Sweet. I'm so pumped for it. I want to give people a proper campaign stream. And afterwards, we have the watch party. Anyone who wants to is over on the Discord, link in the doobly-doo, where we will be watching K-pop Demon Hunters at long last. See what that's
You
all
might
about.
cut out the entire time there.
Not for chat.
Yeah, it was like a little off on there.
So sorry, not for the stream, just for Discord. I can see my mic levels down here, so it really is just Discord doing this. But yeah, I just by the way, there was one more thing, can't remember it, so I'll just remind people again. I posted the link earlier. Go and have a look at sending John some money, because he needs it. And we hopefully this time next week we will have more news and more Krendar too. So yeah, that's it.